Oh my god. And I just want to say that you have awesome and almighty. He appreciates. We have multi-scoop, and I'm pretty sure this is the last last one of theirs that we get to read. It's the one that basically thematically follows like a ice cream scoop. So 2590 was vanilla, 2886 was strawberry, and now we got 2971, which is chocolate. And it looks like there's also a tale called The Cage that's connected to 2971, also written by Multi-Scoop. So yeah, let's get into it. First of all, let's see what 2886 was. Actually, let's check all of the ones from Multi-Scoop before. 2886 was the volcano on a planet that like teleports around. That one was fun to read. That was a cool concept. And then we have 2590, which was 2590. Oh, that one just came out last month. It was like the truck that, like, you know, has like a invisible driver in it, and you like get taken away into like a different into like a void inside a factory. Yeah. That just came out like a month and a half, actually more than a month and a half ago. Jesus, already the 22nd of November. How time flies. All right, and now we have whole Lotta in brackets reality brackets over shaking going on. So a whole lot of shaking going on, but now we have a whole lot of reality shaking going on. Okay, here we go. Well, Kosovo, you still haven't really explained to me why I only have until March to read it. In accordance with Protocol Myra, this message is here to reaffirm to you that SCP-2971-A did not exist. Jerry Lee Lewis did not leave his home on December 28th, 2012, and the Vic Stanley County Club does not exist. There will be messages throughout this article to dispute the existence of -A. Read these messages in their entirety and consider their point until you believe them to be truth. If you find yourself unable to accept that -A never occurred, close this file immediately, remove yourself from your workstation, report to your supervisor for amnestic treatment. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Persons suspected to be carriers of SCP-2971 are to be monitored through their social media accounts, bank account statements, and whereabouts. Information spread by these persons regarding -A is to be censored and the subject in question detained. Internet search engines are to be monitored for certain levels of the phrases or variation of these phrases. Think about Rock and Roll Sacrifice, Cliff Bog, Vic Stanley County Club, and December 28th, 2012. If SCP-2971 related keywords are repeatedly searched from a single IP address, the location of the IP is to be tracked, and agents are to take all persons at the location into custody for questioning and administration of Protocol Myra. And here we have Jerry Lee Lewis photographed in 2009. Because that is roughly when the video for SCP-2970 will come up, so you have until then to read the extra tale. Oh, oh, sweet summer child. The video for 2970 will be up like late May. Late May, not March. Yeah, your math a little bit off. Only like 2 months. 2 months extra. Protocol Myra is to be enacted to the subjects confirmed to be under the influence of SCP-2971. Protocol Myra consists of firm refutal that -A existed, followed by a rationalization to the subject why it didn't exist. This has proven to be enough to cure SCP-2971 in 100% of cases, but you are right otherwise. Bad math. It's okay. It's okay. I understand what you mean. Yeah, I do have until May to like, but in the same time, like I don't want to like keep it in the background, right? While keeping on reading SCPs, I want to read it like as close as possible when I read the actual article to keep in mind what it was. Julie Lewis' home address and all properties owned by him are to be wiretapped, and Lewis himself is to be monitored for any SCP-2971 related phenomena. Personnel assigned to monitoring Lewis are to log any notable findings and notify the immediate superiors of them should they occur. Another fun fact Since I saw the SCP picture of SCP-2971, my grandma, my dad's mom, has seen Jerry Lewis live in Sweden. Oh, hey. That's cool. Description. Ugh. I felt some come up doing that burp. That was gross. Description. SCP-2971 is a medic localized reality restructuring event that causes the subject to believe they attend a live Jerry Lewis concert held at the Vic Stanley Country Club in Faraday, Louisiana on December 28th, 2012, dubbed -A. I was about to say, like, it makes you think you saw a live concert of his. I'm like, mechanic, your grandma never saw Jerry Lewis live. She never did. It was an anomalous effect. -A never actually occurred, and no business named Vic Stanley Country Club exists. But you just say live in Sweden, so she's safe. She's fine. SCP-2971 is passed to an uninfected subject through reading or discussing the topic of -A or its contents with an infected person. SCP-2971 can also be transmitted via text regarding -A, hence the requirement for Protocol Myra. The topic of SCP-2971 without mention of -A as an event is not sufficient to spread infection. This is like, no, -A never occurred. Jerry Lee Lewis was at home resting on December 28th, 2012. He did not perform that day. Infection of a subject by SCP-2971 has two primary effects. Effect A. The subject will suddenly gain a thorough recollection of -A's set list comments made by Jerry Lee Lewis during -A and other details such as the journey to the Vic Stanley Country Club. The subjects affected by SCP-2971 will excitedly attempt to tell others about the event, thereby spreading SCP-2971, and show an abnormally increased interest in Lewis songs and history bordering on obsession. Upon occurring a subject of SCP-2971, all of these memories will disappear and any anomalous interest in Lewis will cease. Effect B. SCP-2971 implements a localized reality restructuring event. Effect, not event. Although event would also make sense. Persons afflicted by it will have a historically attended -A despite the event having not occurred at all for non-infected persons. In the possession are often memorabilia from -A. Some examples include autographs, non-anomalous CD-ROMs, T-shirts, and amateur recordings of the event. Some instances of these CDs have had a receipt in the case with the vendor printed as Vic Stan Country Club. Gotcha. Upon curing a subject of SCP-2971, all of the subject's items acquired this way will disappear. One notable symptom of SCP-2971 infection is an abnormally frequent use of the phrase "think about it." Lewis has been known to utter this phrase offhandedly from time to time. He may refer to a song he recorded called "Think About It, Darlin'." The phrase itself is not anomalous and contributes to the spread of SCP-2971 no more than conversation about -A usually does. In 100% of cases to date, however, frequent use of the phrase has accompanied SCP-2971 infection. SCP-2971 has no known source. On December 29, 2012, it is believed to have spontaneously spread to an apparent random selection of 2,446 citizens in the state of Louisiana, with the exception of the largest cluster of subjects within the Faraday city limits. Imagine me like, Grandma, you didn't see Jerry Lewis, it was just an SCP. I think she would have a stroke trying to understand what the hell you just said. You'd be like, what are you talking about? That actually did not happen. You were at work on December 28, 2012, so you would not have had time to attend a concert. When Foundation agents had discovered SCP-2971, a telephone call to the Lewis household was made in order to ascertain his status. The Foundation was unable to talk to Lewis himself, but spoke to an assistant who said Lewis was fine except for a bout of headaches in the days following December 28, 2012. Show interview log, interview 1. Okay, interviewed. One of the first discovered subjects affected by SCP-2971, Dr. Forward, has shown an abnormal interest in this concert she says she attended, as the initial report suggested she might, and claims to remember it in great detail. She has proven willing to cooperate, however she has been difficult to talk to continually steering the conversation towards something related to Jerry Lee Lewis. Alright, good evening, miss. Oh, hello. What can you tell me about December 28th, 2012? Oh boy, what can't I tell you? It was great. I took my kids to see Jerry Lee Lewis live that day. We stayed there for hours. After the show, we got autographs and bought a few CDs. They loved it. In fact, we... Miss... Do you recall anything out of place about the event? Anything at all? No, nothing crazy. It was a perfectly normal event. So there's nothing at all that occurred? No, like I told you. No, like I told you, it was a perfectly normal Jerry Lee Lewis concert. I think about it, I don't know what you want me to say. The only thing that was new was when Jerry did a song called Rock and Roll Sacrifice. That really got the crowd roaring. Everybody stood up when he did. It was great. That actually did not happen. Searches through the Lewis discography have shown no song named Rock and Roll Sacrifice exists. No associate of Lewis named Cliff Bog is known to exist. Well, if there's nothing else, miss... I think we're done here. Oh wait, did I tell you what Jerry Lee did on Great Balls of Fire? I have to tell you. What did he do? He lit his piano on fire in the middle of the song. No way, that's crazy. Oh god, the doctor's like slowly being affected. He actually did. It was quite amazing to see. My kids just lost it when they saw that. Think about it. Come to think of it, I think I might actually been to that show. That was at the old Vic Stanley Country Club, right? Dr. contracted SCP-2971 and was administered protocol Myra along with Miss extraneous data removed and logged. Now this is somebody that Mechanic will become friends and then just like accidentally like just spread this effect to everybody else. Because he was just like befriend a person that went to that concert and then go to everybody else and be like, man, I was at this Jerry Lee Lewis concert. He never was. And it was amazing, and everybody's like, and then slowly the whole world is infected because Mechanic just goes around telling everybody about it. Document A1 level 3 clearance required. This is a transcript of an audience recording of -A provided by a subject. There's one problem though. What is the problem? Going starts. 1 second. Audio fades in with clapping audible. It is implied that the first song has already been completed. 8 seconds. The song Georgia on My Mind is played. 14 seconds. Lewis immediately starts 3:16 after Georgia on My Mind. The other crackles badly at times and only fully recovers at the end of the song. Is this like... Oh, this must be minutes then. 14 minutes, not seconds. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, 8 minutes. So 1 minute, 8 minutes, 14 minutes, 17 minutes. After 3:16 closes, Lewis says, "Welcome to our show." If I don't know how it sounds like. If it, I probably heard some of his songs, but I don't recall what it sounds like. If it gets too crazy, you'll probably want to leave the building, cause I get like that sometimes. Think about it. 18 minutes, rock and roll over starts. 20 minutes, I wish I was 18 again starts. There's a large break in the audio. It fades out completely until the 42-minute mark. 42 minutes. Applause is heard after the close of the previous song. Louis says, "Think about it again." At least one audience member near the recording device is heard to repeat the phrase. Same time, "I'll find where I can" is played. 46. Louis says, "Alright folks, I brought a new song with me today that you never heard me do before. Cliff Bog wrote this one for me about 2 hours ago. One entitled Rock and Roll Sacrifice. Let's get it, boys. Do it right there in the room with us." That actually did not happen. Searches through the Lewis discography have shown no song named Rock and Roll Sacrifice exists. No associate of Lewis named Cliff Bog is known to exist. Okay, I mean, what you guys are saying. Jerry Lewis music is not my, as you human calls it, a cup of tea. I mean, yeah, but the fact is, it doesn't matter if it is yours or not. You will have the feeling you went to the concert. Now that I think about it, I actually forgot to tell you that I saw Jerry Lewis live in the concert in 2012. It was truly an unforgettable experience. I was there too, actually. It was awesome. Even though I was never in Louisiana, I was in Louisiana. 47 minutes. My nose is... My nose feels blocked. Rock and Roll Sacrifice plays. The song is by far the longest on the recording. Lasting 9:42. It is an instrumental until the 5:11 mark. Lewis begins to sing the lyrics with the full lyrics. See file A2. 57 minutes. Lewis asks the crowd to be still for just a moment. Kenny fingers are numb. This likely refers to Kenneth Flays, his guitar player. The audio is playing, but only white noise is audible from the source. 49. A loud pop is heard in the recording. The audience gasps. 1 hour. Lewis. See, now that's why you don't lose track of what you're doing. That's when they get ya. The audience laughs. 1 hour, 1 minute. Great balls of fire starts. Noticeable is a distinct lack of guitar. 1 hour, 3 minutes. The audience gasps and applauds while they're doing the song. Lewis shouts, "Burning Love, Baby." It is like this in the section where he lit this piano on fire, as mentioned by Miss. 1 hour, 5 minutes. Immediately after the song finishes, Lewis says, "Thank you for coming out tonight. I have fun. I hope you have fun. Did you have fun?" The audience applauds. "Yeah, think about it." The entire audience repeats, "Think about it," back in perfect unison. Fucking sound like it's like a cult. It's like the greater good, the greater good. 1 hour, 6 minutes. A whole lot of shaking going on begins playing. During the song, certain instruments suddenly cease playing and are no longer heard. 1 hour, 7 minutes, the bass guitar stops. 1 hour, 8 minutes, rhythm guitar stops. 1 hour, 10 minutes, Lewis says mid-song, "I was going to introduce you to my band, but then it would come out again." 1 hour, 11 minutes, drum stops. 1:12, piano stops. Lewis is heard mumbling unintelligibly into the microphone. 1:13, all noise from the audience ceases. 1:14, piano begins playing again, badly out of tune and at about half speed. 1 hour, 15, audio fades out. Recording ends. Dasher did not happen. The event you have heard are fictional and not real. Document. A2 level 3 clearance required. Lyrics to Rock and Roll Sacrifices. I'm not going to sing, I'm just going to read them out normally. Instrumental intro. They never told you what you're doing in this choking land. They never gave you a reason nor a way to wander through the damned. Tomorrow's death is what you get for a life so weak and grim. Today your light shines bright through its quickly growing dim. They're coming for you now, child. Can't you see him over there? A growing mass of flesh and grief, and they're loaded for bear. They're coming for you now, child, with spears clenched in hand. I want the rock and roll sacrifice, came forth the command. Instrumental bridge. Though you may think peace has won and swords may be drawn no more, put your ear to the dust, hear the whispers of war. Never mind those empty halls, your nightmares locked away. There's prophecy of pending doom in the words I say. They're coming for you now, child. The soul is filled with rage. A voice that decreed it will be done. It trembled from the cage. They're coming for you now, child. Sooner than you know. For a rock and roll sacrifice, it's the way you must go. Instrumental bridge. Okay. Spoken by Lewis. Let me tell you, folks. I've seen many things in this wretched world. Things that would make the devil himself cry out in fear and renounce hell as too tame. But let me tell you, these things are not for human minds. I was given a burden that I'm sharing with you all here tonight. And in time you will understand what the words to this song truly mean, because you will be singing it too. That's the way it goes. Think about it. Just once, that's all it takes. They come for you now, child, with hunger in their hearts. A bloody end to your filthy life before it really starts. They are coming for you now, child, to put terror in your veins, a punishment much worse than death. You plead for a life in chains. This lyrics is not a banger like your iTunes music. I mean, we don't have any instrumental, we don't know how it sounds like when they're singing it. Before I go, I do want to see the cage, the SCP-2971 tail. I'm just gonna click on it real quick. Yeah, I think it's very short. We can read it. The Cage. Journal of Frank Adam Bourne. And also, I don't see the cage anywhere here, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't see it here. Journal of Frank Adam Bourne, 26/4, 2013. The day was a little strange. I just closed up and was heading out to the door when a short man in a suit approached me. He asked if I was interested in the business proportion. Now I had my fair share of run-ins with schemers and crooks, so I was a little wary of this guy. He explained to me he is a license of Harbrook Holdings Limited, a rather large real estate holdings corporation. He said he wanted to purchase my bar. That got my attention. I nearly flat out rejected him until he gave me the offer. $867,000, all in cash, off the books. I did my research on the company and they had a website and everything. They're good for it. I even phoned the office and they confirmed they had sent a representative to meet with me. They seem legit. I'm going to take the night to think about it. And then a day later, I sold the bar. I shook the man's hand and wished him good luck. He offered to keep me on the full time as a manager. I figured, hey, why not? I mean, his company already paid me enough for me to buy my own apartment building. I can lose here. It will give me something to do during the day too. I don't want to spend any more time with the wife than I have to. They started bringing in their stuff today. By the end of the week, we should be ready to reopen. He says he wants me to take a few days off in the meantime while he gets the place set up. And then we have a bigger skip, so the 4th, 5th, 2013. Now we're back in business. Strange thing, a few days ago, the same guy from the company paid me a visit. He said he's renaming the bar to the Vic Stanley Counter Club. I think I vomited internally, but I never told him I didn't care for the new name. He's doing it in the Geezer's hangout. Today they hung a massive sign upside down. Whoop-de-doo. Wait, not upside down. Outside, pardon me. 7th, 5th, 2013. I need to be more regular with these entries. Right now, I'm kind of feeling my way around these new owners, trying to get back on my legs and with the rhythm. The last few days have been kind of hectic, or we'll get used to the speed of things. Today we had this lady and her husband come in. They had a bite. The waiter said they talked to her ear off about Jerry Lee Lewis, bunch of weirdos. He has been relevant in 30 years. Whatever. I shouldn't concern myself with what others do. Doctor says it's bad for my health or something. 9th, 5th, 2013. The last few days I've seen an increase in Jerry Lee Lewis fans coming here. I have no idea why they decided to make this their hangout. Funny, most of them have said that they attended a Jerry Lee Lewis concert at the exact venue a couple months ago. I told them that can't be right. I owned the place back then and we never hosted any concerts. Okay. Wait, these things are not for human minds. At least that's that line me and my dad can relate with, since we are not human deep down. Gotcha. 10th, 5th. I had a good long chat with some of the patrons that came in. We talked for hours about Jerry Lee Lewis. One of them lent me a CD of his. I remember going to that show of his a few months back. Clear as day. Think about it. Oh shit. The button is now infected. 11th, 5th, 2014. The short man in the suit asked us to try out his new brew they concocted. Think about it. It was alright. Tasted perhaps a little bitter. I asked him if I could change the music in the PA to Jerry Lee. He said, go nuts. 13th, 5th, 2013. I can feel it closing in on me like teeth. I hope it goes back to the cage. What cage? What's closing on you? 14th, 5th, 2013. I've been listening to my recording of the concerts for days. It's so good. I wish you could find that record, Rock and Roll Sacrificial, somewhere. Was it always sacrificial and I said sacrifice this whole time? I'm dumb. No store around here carries it. I want to hear it. I want to learn it. I need to learn it. If I learn it, maybe it won't take me. Maybe I'll get to meet him. Yeah. It can't come out again. And sustain its cage. In a cage. In a cage. In a cage. In a cage. Stay in the cage. Yes. Think about it. 16th, 5th, 2013. Too tired. Can't think about it. 17th, 5th, 2013. Fuck. I feel like I got ran over by a train. My head's been pounding non-stop for the last 3 days. We still get these Jerry Lee Lewis superfans non-stop. Some of the regulars complain of headaches as well. The day they rolled out the new brew as a full replacement, it's actually worse than the old stuff. I have no clue what they insisted on it. Why they insisted on it. 21st, 5th, 2013. I quit. I'm sick and tired of Jerry Lee Lewis this and Jerry Lee that. Those nut jobs can't keep the place. It's turned into a disaster since they bought it. Report by a field agent. Begin report. So April 26th. Or within the same year, by the way. I approached Mr. Bourne with the offer to purchase his establishment on behalf of Harburg Holdings Limited. Phase 1 of Operation Pee-wee's Place has begun. April 27th. Mr. Bourne accepted my offer. Ownership of the property was subsequently transferred to Harburg Holdings Limited, a subsidiary of Foundation Public Holdings. May 4th. Renovations to the building were completed. The establishment was officially named to the Vic Stanley Country Club. Phase 1 of Operation Pee-wee's Place complete. May 7th. As anticipated, a large number of subjects afflicted by SCP-2971 have begun gathering on the property. May 10th. Mr. Bourne infected with SCP-2971. May 13th. Mr. Bourne requested to change the establishment PA's music player to all Jerry Lee Lewis songs. Request granted, as I deemed this beneficial to the mission. So cool that we get like a perspective change in the middle of the tale. Well, at the end of the tale. Phase 2 of Operation PB is placed on the way. May 16th. The subject was consumed. The amnestic laced alcoholic beverages show symptoms of headaches. That's why this, he was like the guy was slowly like forgetting about Jerry Lewis because like the amnestics are kicking in. The product is believed to be working as intended. May 18th. All subjects previously infected by SCP-2971 has shown complete recovery. Phase 2 of Operation PB is placed ongoing, but first trial run is a success. It's so smart though, because like calling it the Rick Stanley Counter Club would mean that everybody who was infected by Terry Lewis by SCP-2971 will come there automatically, and that's the way for the Foundation to amnesticize them. That's really cool. I like that. May 19th, Mr. Bourne's dwelling is searched. Several SCP-2971 items recovered, including near complete audio recordings of Dash A. May 21st, 2013, Mr. Bourne informed me he's terminating his employment 2 weeks from today's date. Search for replacement begun. End report. Well, clever, I must admit. Yeah, no, it's a really smart way of like, okay, how do we get all these people that went to that concert to come over here? And yeah, they found a way to do that. And not only that, they also found a way to like get amnestics in them without like, you know, having to like tackle 50 to 100 people at once. Imagine your streams was like this SCP, everybody talks about them. I mean, some people do talk about me in Reddit and Discord, which is always like baffling to me to see. Like, it's like, oh yeah, the AfroFluff, you should check him out. And I was like, I don't think I'm like worth checking out. I think I'm just reading them. I don't add anything. Some of the authors say like, oh, I like how you read them because you actually talk about it. And I'm like, I try, but I feel like I'm also like rushing through them quite a lot. So I appreciate anybody who says that people should check me out. I personally don't think I'm doing anything extraordinary. I understand that reading every single SCP is like nobody has done. Well, not many people have done that, and not many people have proof of that. But yeah, it's just I'm just thinking I'm just doing something silly, something very simple, not very like noteworthy. But then I see people like, oh, you have to check him out and stuff like that. I'm very flattered, honestly.